Are we ready?
All right, ready.
No bras required. The podcast where two girlfriends talk about everything from diapers to death and do it all braless and brutally honest.
I'm Megan. I'm a mom of four, lifelong educator, dance studio owner, coffee and wine snob, and never afraid to speak my mind.
And
Ooh.
I'm Patty, mom of three, teacher turned leader, dance boss, loud laughter, tequila enthusiast, and professionally unfiltered.
Together, we've got over 30 years in education, seven kids, two studios, countless bottles of wine and tequila, and a whole lot of stories to share with you.
What's no bras required all about? It's a space for women like us who are juggling life, entrepreneurship, parenting, work, marriage, friendship, grief, joy, chaos, and just need some real talk.
So, whether you're sipping wine in leggings, hiding in your car, or rage cleaning your kitchen, we're here for you. Hey, Patty.
Hey Megan, how you doing?
I am tired. January's
Oh girl.
kicking my butt. How are you?
Yeah, about the same. About the same. In the
Uh,
in the middle of flu over here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
knock on wood. So far, we've,
Ooh, like Taylor Swift?
yeah.
I'll take it.
Hey,
Spicy.
hey. We went spicy real fast. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Did
God.
you see um he was at Anderson Cooper and they had him read the lyrics to Taylor Swift's Wood at
I
New
s-
Year's?
I saw the post, but I never actually watched the video. Was it amazing?
Oh my gosh. Yes, if you need a good laugh and like an inappropriate giggle like you're a middle school boy, oh, totally watch it because it was
Okay.
probably the best thing I've seen. He was so embarrassed. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So good. All
I'm gonna add it
right.
to my list of things to do today.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Mm.
scrolling time. All right.
Right?
Well, let's get started. So let's start with this. If you've ever said, I wish I could be more bold like her, this episode is for you.
Because somehow we have decided that bold women were just, I don't know, born that way. Like they came out of the womb saying no, ordering tequila and refusing to stay late.
Oh, that word no, right?
Right?
Meanwhile, here's the rest of us. We were trained to be helpful and reliable, easy, and low maintenance, which is just code for please don't have any needs.
And today what we are not going to do is another boundaries lecture. No scripts, just say no. There's no worksheets to this one.
Yeah. So this episode is going to be something way more uncomfortable, but way more powerful. So it's
Yeah.
going to be choosing yourself is a learned skill, not a personality trait.
Yeah. And if it feels awkward, guilt inducing, a selfish first start, congratulations. You're learning something new.
So let's talk about how bold women are actually built. One tiny, inconvenient decision at a time.
Yeah. Do you
Yay.
know what I have going on in my head right now?
What?
Is that like maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yes.
But it's like
Yeah.
bold. Like, yes, I feel like there's a few 2 or 3 year old toddlers I know that came out of the womb bold, but I feel like as they age, society and life knocks that out of them.
Yeah. Well, we teach them to be compliant. We teach
Yeah,
them to be quiet. We tell
yeah,
them they're being too loud. You're too much. You're, don't be bossy. How many times have we told little girls that? Don't be bossy.
yeah, yeah.
And
And
you
it's
know,
all about keeping it nice.
mm-hmm. Yes. Well, keeping everybody else comfortable.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
if you live too loudly or you're too opinionated, then other people are going to be uncomfortable. So well, don't make them uncomfortable.
Yeah. Play it small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, we assume that these women who are bold, who we look up to, who are like, oh crap, did they really just say that? Did they really just like stand up and
Yeah.
do that? Or I can't believe they're posting that. Or, oh, she actually said no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that I could do that. We think that they're just wired that way. We're like, oh, that's just how they are. But
Yeah.
no, I mean it's a learned trait. It's something that they have practiced. It's something that a skill that they've built. Let's put it that way.
I think like for the women that I know that are bold, that I've had the opportunity to talk to, like to discuss, like where did that come from?
Hmm.
Most of them, and I'm going to swear here, most of them have gone through more shit than other people would ever sign up for and handled it. Like you don't truly know how strong you are capable of being until you're on the other side of the things that test you.
Yeah.
And I think with that comes that quiet determination, that quiet, like it's bold, but to me, the boldness is actually the quiet strength. It's not the like, look at me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. It's not the
It
attention
doesn't,
seeking
no,
behaviors.
no. If anything, it's the like resistance of attention seeking. It's like, I'm going to show up as who I am, but I'm not going to take any crap. But they're also some of the kindest, nicest, sweetest, give the shirt off their back people that I've ever met. Um,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. And I agree. I think the bold women that I know that I would classify as bold are
Yeah,
not the ones who are attention seeking. They're not getting on the tables. They're not dancing on the table. They're not like screaming and shouting. It's not all about me. It doesn't
yeah,
turn into like, the constant, well, let me tell you a story or I have a question, like the people who they're just seeking attention and validation. It's not that at all.
yeah,
It's the ones who are quiet, yes, maybe, but they are just who they are. They're their authentic selves. They are like, okay, if this is in line with what I want and what I believe and what I am going to do, great. If it's
yeah,
not serving me, if it's not in line with where I want to go, if it doesn't fit my goals or my values, then I'm done. And it's a no for me. And it's not a loud no, it's just a no,
tap
and
it
they move
out.
on. They don't need to like make drama over it. They don't have 8,000 Facebook posts about it.
Yeah,
They just thank you for that time. Thank you for what you gave me in my life, whatever it is.
yeah,
And they're done. And
yeah,
it's very, I don't like refreshing and awing to watch people be that way.
yeah. I do think for some women, though, especially those that struggle with who they are or the ability to stand strong in their beliefs, um, can find them intimidating,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Those two groups do not get along.
No,
Not at
isn't
all.
it funny? And it's like sitting back and like if you could like look at it as a crowd of people, which I like to do that,
Yeah.
and
You and I both do.
not just for postural analysis purposes, because I do like to dissect bodies. Like I wonder how they spend their day. I bet you I could like fortune tell and take all their money in poker kind of thing. But sitting back and like watching and how they interact, choose to interact or choose not to interact
Hmm.
is so revealing when you just sit back and watch it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love to sit and just people watch and like watch the dynamics of a room play
Yeah.
out. And it's very interesting to watch because the bold women and the attention seeking women, who a lot of times, if people are attention seeking, they're very insecure in themselves. And so they're needing that external validation from other people.
Yeah.
And, they go about it in different ways of getting that, but that's really what it's about. And so watching them interact, and we've been in many situations where we have these exact personality types in the
Yeah.
same room.
Yeah.
And you can watch the fun, you can watch everybody getting along and having fun, but then you kind of see the drifting away, and your bold women will sit, have a glass of wine or whatever they're drinking, and the conversation just naturally becomes deeper and
Yeah.
less surface level. And,
Yeah.
and they're having great, not even philosophical, I don't know that that's the right word, but like thoughtful,
Yeah.
reflective conversations. And then the attention seeking ones are very surface level, and they can only hold a conversation for so long, and then they're like, oh, let's go do this. And
Yeah.
because they've got to distract. It's like, I don't feel comfortable enough with my opinion, with my knowledge, with my education, with whatever it is, to like hold this conversation,
Yeah. Yeah.
or to be quiet in the conversation and just listen and learn.
Ooh. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. And like going back to that analogy you used earlier about like the ones dancing on the tables.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen bold women get up and do that, but what I find is when there's people like in that sort of a situation, dancing on tables, the bold women are wildly supportive of the people doing the dancing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yet, when it's the bold woman's turn to step up, the ones that are on the table dancing are rarely as supportive. Now, that is a stereotype, but I just find that so fascinating that the bold and the brave support everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yet and yet the ones that want to be seen that way rarely do.
Yeah. Well, jealousy gets in the way, and
It's
insecurity.
really, yeah,
And I think, and they probably don't even recognize that or realize that that's what's happening. But,
yeah,
um, and I've seen so many women who have so much potential, that have so much to offer, that if they could just
yeah,
find a way to overcome their insecurities, or even recognize them,
yeah,
to know when they're starting to take over, they
yeah,
could be those bold women.
yeah,
They really could. And, and that's a hard that's a hard conversation to have with people, especially if they're not ready to admit that and to see that
yeah.
in themselves. Um, yeah, but
You know what it's all coming, what I'm hearing and what we're saying is it all comes down to reflection and whether or not you're willing to do the work on reflecting on like the results of the way something went, your behavior, your part in it, your, like what could you do better next time? Are you willing to admit fault
mhm,
in what you did and realizing that you're still okay as a human being? Like, you know what, I royally messed that up. Let me try and do better next time and make what I can right and fix what I can and do better next time.
yeah,
Because we're all
absolutely.
human beings, right? Like it's one one bad, I don't know, event doesn't make you bad for life,
Right. Yeah. I
but we
mean,
need to learn from it.
yeah. And we need to be able to admit, or at least hear, where we went wrong, or where we caused
Yeah,
hurt, or, and then how can we do better? Because that's part of learning. That's part of life. We do that with kids all the time. They're
yeah,
constantly making mistakes when they're little, and then we're telling them, okay, that wasn't nice, or that wasn't kind, or this wasn't, we don't hit, we don't bite, like, and here's why. And we're constantly teaching. So when did that stop? And when did we decide, like, oh, I've got it all figured out? Because I'll
Yeah.
tell you, in 46 years, I don't have it figured out. I wish I did. I mean, and I will say, like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot. In my 20s and probably early 30s, my personality test result would have been I would rather suffer than disappoint. Like 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't like conflict. It still takes my blood pressure up and, gives me the hives and the tight chest. But I've learned how to work through it and to have those conversations and to still stand within my boundaries. But that took a lot to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, that's just life experience, right? Like
Yes.
that is, and some people have a lot of life experience by the time they're 20. Some
No.
people don't get life experience until they are in their 20s. Like, and some of them are oblivious that life is happening.
Yeah.
It's
Bless
like,
them.
oh, bless them. And it's you know what, sweetie, it's just going to take you longer, and
Right.
that's okay.
It might take you a whole lifetime. Maybe at
Everybody-
80, you'll figure it out. I don't know.
Maybe, but they're also blissfully unaware. So,
I know. I
let
know.
it be. Let it
There's
be.
some days I'm like, gosh, I really wish I could be that clueless. Like, I wonder what it's like to live in that brain, like have no concept and no clue. Like, yeah, it's good for them.
Yeah.
I love that for them.
I love
Yeah.
that for them. I love that for them.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. So we know like bold women don't feel less fear. I think that's really important to realize. They don't feel less fear. They've just felt the fear enough times that it stopped running the show. And think
Yeah.
about what you could do if you could tame your fear like that lion in the circus, crack the whip, and make it sit and listen to you. It's still there,
Yeah.
but you've tamed it and now you're running the show
Yeah.
and not it.
Well, and I've found too, like over the years, most of the things that I were afraid were going to happen never did.
Right.
Different things happened, but it was nearly never as bad as what my mind made what this situation could turn into out to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where our brains are wired for that, expect the worst, but it's like, but what about if the best actually happens? Or how could you navigate it so that everybody gets a bit of what they want?
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
I actually had that conversation with two kids this week of, you know, both of them struggling with things. And I said, so we have two choices on how we can look at this. You can grieve the situation you're in and be sad about where you are and
Yeah.
what has happened and the choices that you made and all the guilt and all the things that come with it. Or you can look at it as look at how far I've come in the last year since I made that choice, or
Yeah.
the last 3 months since I made that choice. I may not be where I want to be right now, but I'm not where I was.
Yes.
And I was like, so you can look at the journey or you can look at how far you are from the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I find too, a lot of people, and I call them gravity problems. Like it is what it is. Like what could I use as an example? Well, like the state of the world right now.
You're going to go there. All right, go for
But
it, Patty.
it's like, but you at home, what are you going to do to change things? Like there's certain things you can do. You can write your elected official. You can, stand on boards and volunteer. Those are things that are in your power. But to snap your fingers and change the state of things right now, not going to happen. So you can, to me, that's a gravity problem.
Hmm.
It is what it is. So you can spend all of your energy. complaining about the problem, or you could spend your energy trying to find ways to alleviate as much of the mess and the stress that it puts on your life as humanly possible. One is actually going to shift things for you and teach you how to live in alignment with whatever's going on. And the other one just perpetuates a victim mentality,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that goes for
right?
so many things, right? I
Yeah,
mean, we all have it, as I tell kids a lot of times, I can't control what happens to me. The only thing I can control is how I react to it.
yeah. And how you feel about it,
Right.
which is largely a part in how you react to it.
Right. I mean, and feeling feelings is okay. Like you can feel sad, you can feel frustrated. Those are all normal reactions.
Yeah,
Yes, it is okay to feel sad about something, but I have the choice in how I react to that sadness. Am I going to let it pull me down and put me in bed all day long and hide under the covers and woe is me? And because, it just spirals.
yeah,
Or can I acknowledge that I'm sad? This is why I'm sad. What can I do to help get my brain off of it? Or do I need to sit in it for a minute, give myself a timer, and then, okay, now I'm going to go do something positive. I'm going to reframe my day and I'm going to change the way I'm looking at things. Or I'm going to go make a positive impact because this bad thing happened to me today and I want to make it a good day.
yeah,
Choice I have.
100%. And yeah, gravity wins all the time
Yeah.
until it doesn't. And then we have way bigger problems,
Mm. We start floating in the air. I don't know.
right?
Oh, that'd
I'm
be
going to
great.
put on a segment of Peter Pan if that happens.
Yeah, there you go.
I will fly to North Carolina.
Pick me up and then we'll fly to the moon.
Oh,
It'll
yeah,
be fine.
I'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I know. I know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, and I also think your mentality on things, I don't know. I've just always had the mentality in my life of everything is figure outable.
yeah,
It may not be what I want. It may not be the way I want it to be, but everything is figure outable and I'll figure it out
yeah.
eventually. Right. Um,
In the meantime, I love Gwen. We have a very dear friend named Gwen, and she calls them situations.
situations. That's right. You might be in a situation.
You might be in a situation that you just haven't found the answer for yet, but
Yep.
you will.
You will. You
You
will.
will.
We always do.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Shout
know.
out to Gwen.
Oh, we love her so much.
Really do. Really
She has
do.
some of the best lines. She's very, very, very smart. She's lived a great, lots of life, and she's full of wisdom that we like to tap into.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's talk about the reliable woman trap because I think
Ooh,
a lot of us fall into this or have fallen into it. For those of you that are recovering reliable women, congratulations. For those of you that are still suffering in the reliable woman trap, it's okay. We know that being dependable, being the dependable one, is praised.
yeah.
How many of you have been guilted into being the PTA president, being the classroom mom, being the baseball mom, lead person? I don't even know what they're called because obviously I have not done any of these things. So I'm sure
Oof.
they have wonderful, beautiful titles, but you get guilted into all of these things. You're teaching Sunday school and you're running this and you're doing this and you're running this fundraiser and all of this stuff because you're the dependable one, you're the one people go to, and the more you take on, the more they ask of you.
Yes.
And you're quietly being punished because other people are out there living their best lives and you're drowning in spreadsheets
Yeah.
and folders and all of the
Resentment.
things and yeah, and resentment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I I once had so obviously I sit on a few boards. And one of the board leads said to me when we were looking for new volunteers, she's like, look for the busy people. Because she's like, they know how to handle it and they'll be able to take more on. as opposed to the ones that don't have anything going on because they can't handle anything. And I was like, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong, but like, wow, okay. And like, I know for myself, there was plenty of times I didn't volunteer. I just made eye contact. Like I wasn't the person that coughed and looked down. I once had a dance mentor tell me when they look for volunteers, drop your pencil so you can bend over to pick it up. But I was like, what? Like,
Hmm.
but like if and again, if you're people watching and you look around when they or they no eye contact, and it's like, yeah, if you make eye contact, you probably will end up with a volunteer position on something.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you to go, do I want to do that? Not should. Do I want to do that?
Well, and there's that damn should word again.
Shouldn't all over yourself again.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
how many people? I mean, that's honestly why I don't go to the meetings. Let me tell you a trick. Don't
Just don't
go.
go.
Just don't
Legit.
go. Don't go to the PTA meetings. You can send the check. You can be the member. Like, if you know this is not something that you can take on and you don't have the willpower or the strength to just say no, then don't go.
Yeah.
Like, don't answer the email or send, hey, I'm happy to help by providing this. Let me know if that works for you.
Yeah.
That's setting your boundary. But it's okay. I've raised 4 kids and never once was I a room mom. Not once. I also didn't have time. How was I going to do that and teach middle school at the same time? You can't leave middle schoolers unsupervised. They will be drawing penises on everything and doing who knows what. Who knows what? So, no, like that wasn't a possibility for me. But you just,
That actually reminds me, I need to send you a video.
oh, okay. Oh, I'm excited. The Patty eyebrow rise is like, it's
You
a good
should
one.
be. You should be.
So yeah, I loved what you said of like, do I want to do this or do I feel like I should do this?
Yeah. And both are okay. Like if you've got time in your schedule for a should, by all means, because the way of the volunteer is falling, right? Like it is
Mm-hmm.
hard to get people to volunteer for things. And then when we're not volunteering for things, the prices go up
Right.
because then we need paid people to do the things that we still want.
Absolutely.
So if you've got it in you, absolutely. But if you are up till 2:30 in the morning finishing the project because it just does not fit in your schedule, that's not a should I do this. That is like you not realizing what your schedule is capable of holding. And
Mm-hmm.
everything in your life will pay for it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like did that 2:30 in the morning, mom, and the next day when I'm like no sleep, my husband and children did not necessarily love the fact that I volunteered to help with their stuff.
Right. I mean, and this goes for everything.
Yeah.
Your kids don't need a homemade Halloween costume.
No.
You can go buy one from the Target or Spirit of
Unless
Halloween.
that's your jam.
I mean, unless you have the time and that's your jam and that brings you joy and you love being able to do that. But I think there's so many things that we feel like we should do. And well, other people are, well, that's great. Susie down there doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Susie is bored out of her mind. She keeps her house like a museum. She has a house cleaner. She has a
Yeah.
personal chef.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do with her time? Yeah, she gonna make costumes.
Yeah.
She can rhinestone until she's blue in the face, or she's sitting there watching soap operas aren't a thing anymore, but I don't know. She's watching Bridgerton for the 12th time while she's rhinestoning costumes, and that brings her joy. But you don't have to volunteer to rhinestone the costumes if you're going to be cursing and gluing your hands to each other and up until 3 o'clock in the morning. It looks like some feral raccoon tried to do it because you're falling asleep. Like
Yeah.
it's okay to say no. It's also okay to be like, I can't do this right now, but I'm happy to help in this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And like, I always think it's good to have like pre-made lines. Like,
Hmm.
can I have time to think about that and check my schedule?
Hmm.
So that, yes, you've got to follow up, but you can actually go legit check your schedule and go, can I do this? Can I move it around? Do I want to? And go from there.
Yep.
And just giving yourself that time to have a delayed response gives you enough time to think about it and go, okay, yeah, like doing this is going to bring me joy. Doing this is going to bring me a heart attack and Xanax.
Yep. And it doesn't always have to be no. Like
No,
you, it may be way too much on your plate right now to teach Sunday school. But when your kids are older and they're out of the house, maybe that's when you can take it on. And
yeah,
that's when you can volunteer. Maybe you can't fit into your schedule right now going and reading at the elementary school and reading to the kids or doing,
yeah,
small group pull out or whatever. But once you retire, absolutely. If you love doing that, it's okay that it's a not right now thing.
yeah,
We don't have to do everything right now. We have 24 hours in a day, and 8 of those you need to be sleeping. So you really don't have 24 hours in a day. You have 16.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I think it's key too. We need to remember that should keeps you in compliance, want reconnects you to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
I like that.
it's okay to be a little bit selfish and well, it's not even selfish, it's self-preservation because you can't fill everybody else's cup when your cup is empty.
How many times have we been told that?
Oh my God.
More
Enough
than
that enough that it should be sunk in by now.
right.
And I still struggle. I will say I'm getting better. I am definitely getting better at going like, yeah, no, that doesn't work for me, or that doesn't work for me right now, or like that doesn't work for me ever. Uh, but thanks for thinking of me.
I like that. That doesn't work for me ever.
Ever.
I
Yeah.
like the we're not going to do this right now.
Ooh, I've also used, can we put a pin in that
Yeah, that's a good
and
one
come
too.
back to it later? Usually reserved for people that are getting a little bit upset, angry, they're not getting their own ways, typically what happens. And it's like, you know what, can we just put a pin in that later? I've got something else I've got to get to right now. Or, yeah, I just don't want to talk to you anymore because I'm starting to be the one that's getting angry. That's not a safe place for any of us to be.
No, no, no. Yeah.
It's rare that it
Um,
happens, but it happens.
it happens. I mean, it does. Okay, so let's talk about guilt.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I'm a converted Catholic. Wasn't a Catholic growing up, but there's a joke and the thing of like Catholic guilt.
Oh,
Apparently
yeah.
it's rampant, right? Like people have all the Catholic guilt in the world. So guilt often shows up. Well, one, it's a withdrawal symptom,
Yeah.
right? And it shows up when patterns change.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're wrong.
No,
It
no.
just means you're missing the old version of yourself. And, you know, should you miss them? Maybe not.
Yeah. Guilt is like an ex who texts you when you finally move on.
Right? They're like, hey, what you doing? I miss you. You're
Like,
like, what the like, no, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
if I was you, I'd miss me too.
Right? Love that. I mean, it's loud, it's dramatic, it's
It's very
deeply
female.
right.
I really, and oh, I feel bad like just saying that like that, but I cannot name 5 men that feel guilt strongly but I can name just about every female and in which area of her life she feels it. Is it too like not getting enough done at work, not getting enough done around the house, not getting enough done with the kids, not spending enough time with the spouse, not like it is not hard for me to come up with all the ways that women carry and feel guilt.
Right. Yeah. Do you remember we did that Wheel of Life and it had like the 8 different
Yeah.
areas of life on
Yeah.
it. And we had to go through, it was an exercise we did one year.
We had to rate them.
Yes. And we had to
Yeah.
rate them like where we were in it. And in each of those areas, it was like, you know, your relationships, your business, like, I mean, all different kinds of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we had to put a rating on each of them. And then, and kind of compare them to where our goals were. And so that was one year. Like we kind of
Yeah.
did that and we kind of left it. And then the next year we came back and we talked about, and there was a lot more clarity around it of if you're going to put energy into these areas, other areas are going to suffer. You can't be a 10 in all 8 areas of your life at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
You only have so much energy, so much time, so much capacity that you have to be okay with if you're going to throw your energy into your career or going back to school or even raising your kids and staying home,
Yes.
something else is going to suffer.
Yeah.
And not necessarily a bad way or a bad thing, but you're not going to have as much time or energy or capacity to put into that area of your life. And so that's where we talk about balance, not oh, I need to be great at everything, but I'm okay with letting these areas kind of wither a little bit
Yeah.
right now in this season of my life while I focus here.
Yeah. And it's just about not making them as a priority as the other things that are more important to you in this season. And I
Right.
love that. I love that talk about like the seasons of our life. When your kids are at home, your mothering relationship season, it is going to be high. It needs to be high. There's no shame in it being high. If you're a working mom raising kids, that might mean that part of the relationship with your spouse has not suffer, but it isn't as prioritized as rearing the kids. And as long as that's the arrangement and the agreement and you're talking about it,
Hmm.
right?
And it doesn't have
You
to
can
be
always alter and course correct.
right. Well, that's the thing, because it doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, well, I'm going to focus on the kids. And sorry, honey, you're over here in the dark. I'll see you
yeah,
in 10 years, when they're a little more independent. It can be, I know that our relationship has not been the priority because we are in this season of raising young kids and doing all the things for the kids. We're going to not put the kids on hold because they never do as a parent, but you're going to send them to grandma's house or you're going to get a
yeah,
babysitter to come for the weekend or you're going to you're going to give up some time with them
yeah,
to go prioritize your marriage and go have a weekend away or go have a trip together, just the two of you.
yeah,
It's the give and take. And
yeah,
so, it's just constantly evaluating where you are and what is suffering. And if an area of your life is suffering so much that, like, ooh, all right,
yeah,
I've really dropped the ball here. I need to put more energy and effort into this piece of my life right now. All right, what am I going to kind of quiet for a little bit? And
yeah,
I'm okay with, I can't give as much energy over here.
yeah, exactly. Todd and I used to meet for lunch dates because after work, I was teaching and or we were both running with like the boys were at hockey, Charlie was at dance. Like it, you just had, it was what it was like fighting gravity.
Hmm.
We could be mad about it, or we could find ways that we could live with this where we still show up for each other. Like that's what he used to start sending me the roses are red poems too.
Oh, I
And
love this.
I love his roses are red poems too. But it was like that was his way of like telling me I'm thinking about you throughout the day. And it was all that I needed for my heart to get tickled and just be like, oh,
Yeah.
he's thinking about me and I matter, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Um, but part of that is having clear narrative with those people too. Like we knew what we needed from each other in order to feel supported and loved and like our relationship still mattered. I think it's more dangerous when you stop talking.
Hmm. When you just start kind of rotating like two planets around the sun,
Yeah,
and the sun is the kids, and you're never in sync together.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like roommates and ships passing in the night. It's hard. I mean, and we all fall into that pattern. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
easy to fall into that pattern. You're exhausted. It's like all I want to do is crawl into my bed with my new bamboo sheets. Oh my gosh, Patty. Mike got me bamboo sheets for Christmas. Oh, they're
Well, Todd
amazing.
got me that pillow you told me about.
Oh, I know that pillow. It's like a little cup for your head, like when you
It's
find that center
amazing.
spot, and it's like, let me just hold your head and just cup it
And it
right
has
here.
released all the tension in my neck and shoulders. Like I did not realize how tight they were becoming. And I almost sent you a picture this morning because what it does to my hair.
Oh, your hair is always crazy in the morning. Anyway, I can't imagine what it's
Oh,
like with
it's
this.
way better crazy.
Yes.
Like like this morning I woke up and it was just like it was like the shape of the pillow,
Oh, nice. Okay, you're gonna have to send me a
but in
picture. I can't wait
hair.
to see that.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I do love that pillow and I love my bamboo sheets. And I'm telling you, like my bed calls me like Moana to the sea. And like it is so easy for me to just like want to go to bed and go to sleep. But sometimes I know like I need to sit up and just have a check-in with Mike or my kids now that they're older. They come home from the studio like at 8 o'clock, they eat dinner,
Yeah,
and then like 8:30, they all want to talk. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm pulling my eyes open,
yeah.
taking my earplugs out. I was like, I was so close to going to sleep, but
I
here we
almost
are.
made it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Like I'm here for this. But I mean, you have to find ways to make it the priority and to reconnect. I mean, I think a lot of I'm not, I am not a psychologist at all, not my degree. But I think a lot of marriages and I think a lot of issues with marriages and relationships is that we see on TV and in the movies and everywhere the lovey-dovey piece. And now social media is just as bad. And
Yeah,
it's all about the love and we do this and we do this for each other and blah, blah. Like nobody really wants to talk about the work that goes
that
into it.
goes.
And the seasons where you are ships passing in the night, you have lost that connection. You are almost like strangers, and you have to make that conscious choice to reconnect and find each other again.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
not going to feel like that, sparks and butterflies and everything like when you first liked each other and you first kissed and all of that stuff where
yeah.
you're just like Twitter pated. Like
And
that,
everything he said was so profound. And you're like,
right?
and now you're like, for the love of God, stop talking.
Well, yeah. And you're like, oh my God, did you really just burp again? Like, you are disgusting. Or like, could you go fart in the bathroom? Like, I know that we are very comfortable after 25 years of marriage together, but like, seriously, I don't want to smell that. Thank you.
Well, and then like you mix in menopause.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You mix in menopause, and then it's like, sometimes the sound of their voice is just enough to make you go like,
I'm telling you, there are times when like Mike will breathe through the CPAP machine and he
oh,
force through
yes.
it. And there have been some times where like I'm so tired or I'm just irritated or I woke up hot and sweating and like I can't go back to sleep because your brain turns on at 2 in the morning and you're just like, I just want to sleep. And then he's like over there, like half snoring, sounding like Darth Vader with the CPAP.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like, why are you still breathing? Like I have to find self-control to not want to just like smother him with a pillow. Like you don't look good in orange. You are too pretty
Orange.
for prison. You
Yeah.
can't do this. Like you are just in a menopausal moment. Calm down.
Yeah.
Think about other things. Go scroll on Facebook and talk to the girls at 2 in the morning. Elisa will be up. Like
Lisa, yeah.
something. Just don't commit murder. I know he's annoying.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I heard like a lady in our local community, she was talking about her marriage and she's like kind of right in all of this. And she said one of the things that she really found worked well for her was um being curious about figuring out who her husband is.
Oh,
And I thought, what a great way to look at the differences. Like sometimes you look at them and you're like, we're so different. This is never going to work. And like, you've been together 30 years. Like, I'm sure you can make
yeah.
it can't be that bad. But it's like, but a lot of marriages do end during like when women are entering menopause because we're tired. Our give a damn is broken. We've entered the do not care club. Um, and and the men try to fix things. And we're like, we're not looking for a fix. We like, and all your ideas are bad anyway, honey. Like, stop. Just stop sharing. Um, because if I wanted advice, I'll go to my girlfriends,
Right. Yeah.
right? Like, because they get what I'm going through. Um, which is like I feel bad even saying that because it's like, but he shares this house and these children and this business with me and our life. But I just thought, what a great way to look at it. Like, instead of being mad about what they're doing, trying to figure out the why. Like, what makes you react in that way and get curious about them like they're a puzzle?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that fix a lot of things?
I think it would. And I also think, I don't know, let's just admit, like some of us, we're just way too lazy to go and find another one and retrain them. Like to think about having to start back over and retrain somebody. Because
Yeah.
either they've screwed it up really bad and somebody has gotten sick of them and tired of their mess and divorced them, or nobody wanted to marry him in the first place. All red flags.
All
So
red flags.
it's like, stick with the one I got. He may not be perfect,
Yeah.
but I mean, it might, like, he is so many wonderful things. Yes, there are pieces that just irritate me. And I know sometimes it's just me, like, it's part of me. And then
Yeah.
also, men go through, I think they go through menopause.
For sure they do.
They really have like their little mood swings. And sometimes I'm like, what is your problem? Like, I just simply asked a question and you're sitting here responding like our 15-year-old son with your little emotional outburst. Like, take a chill pill, calm yourself down.
Yeah.
Bless them.
Right.
Yeah,
We
it's
had
not.
one of those today because I had to leave for an appointment and I asked Todd a question. He was kind of snippy in his response, which is not like him at all. And I said, well, you sound mad that I asked that, so I'm just gonna go now. And he goes, I'm not mad. And then he goes, well, maybe I was a little mad. And I'm like, you were definitely mad, but I'll talk to you later. I'll be back.
Yeah. We're going to
Anyways,
put a pin in this one and we'll talk about it after.
but when I got home, he's like, I am so tired. And he had woken up at like 4 or something and could not fall back asleep.
hmm
Sounds like menopause to me.
Yeah. I mean, Mike's been doing that. He's been waking up randomly at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning, not at the same time that I am. And he'll have days where he can't go back to sleep. And then he's extra grumpy and like
Yeah.
short tempered or everything's like, oh, I have to. And I'm like, I have to every single day. I don't understand what.
You get into that contest too of who does more,
Yes.
which is a no-win battle. Like
Yes.
nobody wins. And it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
am. I can't remember what Disney, it's an old Disney movie, but they talked about their marriage and why it worked out so well. And they said because nobody wins and nobody loses. That's how they did every fight. Everybody gets a little of what they want, and everybody has to give up a little of what they want. So then nobody wins, nobody loses. And I'm like, ah, that's beautiful. Like that is
Yeah.
a win in a marriage,
Yeah. Oh, I
right?
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, look at our little marriage tangent that we
I know. Little
side
side tangent there.
little side
Little
road over there.
marital therapy talking points there.
Yeah, because we were all talking about guilt. And guilt isn't a red flag. I think this is the important thing to remember. It's your
Yeah.
nervous system detoxing from the choices you used to make.
Yeah. And the first time that you choose yourself and you feel you're going to feel a little physically uncomfortable afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Yeah,
like changes change and nobody chooses it well, I shouldn't say nobody chooses it intentionally. Most people don't like change. And so when you do choose change, you have to remind yourself you're going to have to keep choosing change
yeah.
because you're going to want to default back to the previous settings.
Well, and I think this goes right into this idea of selfishness. And so
Yes.
we see self-care, we see saying no as being selfish.
Yeah.
Us as women, that is like ingrained in our bodies and souls from a very young age. And being selfish isn't necessarily a bad thing. And it's
Well,
not
sorry, go
code
ahead.
for new, right? Like you're breaking a pattern that others benefited from and you lost on.
Yeah. To me, like selfish and self-care run like parallel lines. This is how I kind of view it. Selfish to me is at the expense of others.
Mm-hmm.
Self care to me is looking after yourself so that you can look after others.
Yes.
Because if you don't, again, back to the cup, if there's nothing in your cup, you're trying to fill other people from an empty cup. It's not as meaningful, it's not as powerful, it's not as inspiring. It's it's just not.
Yeah. Well, and I think when you choose yourself, you're gonna you're gonna cost yourself the approval of others sometimes, but you're gonna buy yourself peace. You want to
Yes.
look at it like that as a transaction, right? Not everybody's gonna like it when you set boundaries, when you choose yourself, when you figure out, okay, this is what I can and can't do, but you're buying yourself that peace and you're modeling for others self trust when you are very sure in who you are, what you believe, and like, I'm going to stand on my boundaries and my values, and like, I know myself and what I need.
Yeah.
When you do that, other people see it, and it's like a ripple in a pond,
Yeah.
and they're going to be like, oh, well, she was able to do that. And look at her. They see that as successful. A lot of
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah.
And then they're going to follow you. Kids are going to learn self worth by watching you choose yourself.
Yeah. Well, just think of what a powerful lesson that is for your kids to see that, like, because your children know and sense when you're uncomfortable. But when you choose to stand up for what you believe in, not just in words, but in action, so much more powerful and gives them permission to do the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, really, to me, like how parents show up for their kids is how kids determine their self worth, largely because that's their rock, their foundation. So when they see your belief system being actively lived in behavior, that foundation is even stronger. When they witness it just in word, but behavior is a wave and depends on who's in the room or what the situation is, you've built a shaky foundation for your kids to understand what beliefs and foundations mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think it's so important to teach kids to know themselves
Yeah.
and to know what they need. And I know we've talked about this before, but like understanding, are they an introvert or are they an extrovert? You can probably say for right now, like, and you know your kids, you know if they're an introvert or they're an extrovert.
Yeah.
Having those conversations about them of, we can't always sit with a book and not socialize. Like sometimes we have to be social, but those introverted kids need time to refill their batteries, to recharge their batteries. If they have to people too much, they're going to be depleted and they're going to fall apart because there's nothing left in that battery for them. So, how do they recharge their batteries? Extroverted kids, you're home. I mean, God bless those poor kids during COVID when there was no socialization. Their little batteries were so drained. They need to be with people. That's why your extroverted kids who go home for the summer and they're at home and they're watching TV or doing whatever, and they're not at school with 20 other people to interact with and play with. That's why they're so drained all the time in the summer. And you're like, what's wrong with them? Because they need that people time. Those are the kids that need to be in camp, that need to be doing the things where you're like, your introverted kids probably need the summer to like, just leave me with a book. Let me go to the pool. Let me just be, I need to recharge this battery for the next 3 months because I've got 9 months of school and peopling that I have to do. I
Yeah.
can't.
Okay. I was reading an interesting article on this.
Hmm.
And do you guys still do nap time in preschool or kindergarten there?
Um, they start the first quarter with like nap time or rest time, and then usually by Christmas they phased it out.
Really? Hey, like we had it when I went to school
Oh
in
yeah.
kindergarten. You still had a nap, and it's like, and it was so that, and exactly what you just talked about, Megan, so that the kids that needed the break from the stimulation of their brains and whatever, and just peopling had that time. And the kids that were the extroverts and the high energy had time to let the seeds plant and settle so that their brains were ready to take on more. And as we've removed that and pushed for more and more and more from our kids, we're getting higher levels of anxiety, higher levels of suicide, higher levels of test anxiety. Like kids are not doing as well. And we keep
Exactly.
taking out the things that were working for, and they worked for a reason. Like it was scientifically proven, but we've taken away those things and we've replaced them with other things that aren't working. And we're not switching back
Mm-mm.
because there's no reflection.
Yeah. It's we're well, I mean, we talked about this last week. We're so far off of what's developmentally appropriate for kids right now,
Yeah,
socially and emotionally, but also like in the way that they learn, in the way that they function, in the way that their little brains are developing. Um, it's really sad, and it's all in the means of test scores and you know looking like we've made progress and oh, we're the smartest. Well, you know what? We're not. We're not. We're failing, and we're failing this generation because we have
everything's judged on a curve.
yeah,
It's
well,
everything inflated
yeah,
and
and we
yeah,
have just unrealistic expectations. And and the kids are they want to please and they're just not capable or ready for some of that. And when you do that for so many years, then that really wears out their self-worth and
yeah,
um their ability to think that, oh, well, it's me, I'm the problem. I'm like, but you're not.
but you're not.
I know, it's so hard. um
Yeah,
okay, ready for some rapid fire truths?
yeah, always.
Okay, so we're gonna throw it out at them. All right.
Okay.
So choosing yourself will confuse people who liked the old version of you. Think about that.
Oh, I like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, how about this one? Boldness looks quiet at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right. How about this one? You don't owe comfort to people who benefited from your silence.
Oh, boom.
Mm.
You don't owe comfort to people that benefited from your silence. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
One brave micro choice beats 1,000 inspirational quotes.
I do love that. Right? How many people have like the post-it notes everywhere, or you think you're gonna have the post-it notes everywhere of like,
Literally behind my screen is all the post-it notes.
yep. I mean, and you can have inspirational quotes all you want, but if you're not gonna make a choice, then do something.
Yeah,
It's just words,
just
right?
talking. Yep.
Just talking. All right. So bold living isn't a personality type, right?
Yeah.
It's one decision at a time, one pause, one honest answer, one uncomfortable yes to yourself. Hopefully, you're taking that away from today. So,
Yeah. And if this episode hit, it's probably because you're already practicing this, whether you realize it or not.
so the next time you feel guilt after choosing yourself, don't backpedal. Don't backpedal. Just notice it, name it, and know that it's growth knocking.
Yeah. And remember, bold women weren't born that way. They practiced.
So, if this episode made you rethink a decision you're sitting with, send it to a friend who needs permission to pause.
Yeah. No bras required, just guts.
Love it.
Love it.
All right, friends. Well, let us know on Instagram, on the TikTok. You know, we're trying the new TikTok, or go to Substack and find our newsletter and subscribe. It's free. And follow us. And then you can comment and let us know what are those bold decisions you're making this January.
Yes.
And maybe share a time where you had the guilt. You felt like, oh, you're shitting all over yourself. And you made that choice of like, nope, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be different.
Yeah. Or like a time that your knees were knocking out of the fear and you did it anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we want to celebrate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love to cheer people on. All
We do.
right. Well, thank you for listening this week to No Bras Required. And we'll see you next week with another episode, sticking with our January theme of living boldly.
Bye, guys.
Our goal for this podcast is to be that village where we can have those deeper conversations. We can talk about the serious things and walk each other home from diapers to death and all the things that come in between, but also to bring the humor and our crazy squirrel moments and all of our funny stories that we've lived from parenting to entrepreneurship to just being us and the adventures that we come up with. But we want to build a community and be those people to give you some sound advice that, you know, maybe makes you giggle a little bit every once in a while.
So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, share with your favorite hot mess mom friends, and give us a follow on Instagram at No Bras Required Pod.
Every week, we'll drop a new episode tackling everything from marriage and mom guilt to leadership and loss with humor, heart, and maybe a little tequila or wine. So bring your favorite drink and join us every week.